Oh, how the summer lull has driven us to desperate corners. Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I watched the new film, I Know What You Did Last Summer, and now I want to tell you about it. It's a horror thriller sequel to the original film, I Know What You Did Last Summer. The story follows a group of 5 friends who are out celebrating one night when they accidentally cause a fatal car crash. The next summer, the 5 of them are gathered for a celebration when a killer starts targeting them. The story was written by Jennifer Caton Robinson and Sam Lansky, and directed by Robinson. The film stars Madeline Klein, Chase Sui Wonders, Freddie Prinze Jr., and Jennifer Love Hewitt. Okay, as a film, I Know What You Did is very straightforward. It starts with the inciting incident, and then shows us a series of attacks on the characters while they try to investigate what's going on. There's a little bit of mystery and tidbits of horror. Cast-wise, the film has 5 main characters and a few extras. The main characters are all slightly unlikable people who show off a lot of fear and pain reactions, and the extras tend to be randoms that get the short end of the stick. They appear for a little bit to build a character and then get killed off in the same scene. For main characters, you have the 5 friends: Danica, Ava, Milo, Teddy, and Stevie. Each of them gets their own personality and about 1 line of backstory. Teddy's rich, Danica is his vapid materialistic girlfriend, Milo is Teddy's nerdy friend, and Ava is Danica's moral bestie. Stevie is a former friend of the group who joins back up for the fateful night. The story takes place in a small town with a tight-knit community. The characters travel to a few everyday locations and then have to deal with a killer swinging a hook at them and shooting a harpoon gun when they get too far away. The kills often involve the killer sneaking up on his prey when they least expect it, and there's a little bit of back and forth between them and their victims. The soundtrack that backs it up is all tension tracks. Incredibly simplistic songs that have one purpose. You get lots of single-note repetition, screeching sounds, and heavy dark atmospheres. Which brings me to my review. The story is nonsensical and kind of boring. I can't get too deep into it without spoiling anything, but the killer's motivations are horrible. They end up killing more innocent people than anyone else, and they didn't do a good job of explaining why they did it. The film just throws constant red herrings at you and then at the last second tries to sneak in the real reason and hope that you'll buy it. They didn't set it up properly and it ends up coming out flatter than a day-old soda. The film also fails on the excitement front. First off, they refuse to kill any named characters for over an hour. Then when they finally do start killing them off, the kills are straightforward, short, and they avoid showing the killing blow. They end up feeling quite PG-13 despite the subject matter. The cast suffers from the writing quite a bit too. They're able to deliver their lines well and even put a little bit of personality on their characters, but don't get enough opportunities to build out, which leads to the characters ending up as one-dimensional and highly forgettable. Visually, the film is clear and easy to follow, but lacks any standout visuals. The journey takes place in everyday locations and does a good job setting up its shots. The action, the storytelling, all of it comes across clearly. They also have decent costume work going on that helps differentiate the characters from one another. And they did a half-decent job with the killer's fisherman outfit. It looks like something out of a Scooby-Doo cartoon, which fits quite well here. As for standout shots, they just didn't do enough work on the kills or even show enough of them to actually be memorable. The kills are very basic hand-to-hand style kills with big sound effects but minimal practical effects. There's no gore, there's no wild corpse posing, basically there's nothing to be scared by. The worst thing that happens is a guy gets shot with a harpoon and another guy gets a hook jammed through his throat. They don't actually show either going in, they just show the aftermath when they're already inside with a little bit of blood pooling on the victim's clothing. It's fine, but it isn't special for this day and age. Sound-wise, the film just doesn't do anything to stand out. They use very simple tension tracks and nothing else. There's no flavoring music, no emotional music, and nothing original. I imagine they would literally drop dead if you suggested something with lyrics to them. That said, the tension tracks do their job well enough. At least a few times, I felt my heart racing from the music support. Personally, I can't believe they made this movie. It's practically the same movie as the first one, just with a worse story. There's also nothing else to really love about this film. The cast doesn't get to stand out in any way, the dialogue is cheesy as hell, and they whiffed so hard in the horror sections that Five Nights at Freddy's might actually be a contender. If you are desperate for a new horror film, this definitely isn't it. It's just another slappy remake that should have been going straight to DVD. As for a rating, I'd give this film a 3 out of 10. Remember, these are just my thoughts on the film. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Bye bye!